Welcome to the channel. I am Jay Harshita from SR University. I major in BBA and my specialization is marketing. In this video, you will be learning about what is market segmentation, what are the benefits of market segmentation, what are the characteristics of segmentation, as well as a clear, concise conclusion where you learn about what exactly it means. So, first of all, what is market segmentation? So, if we divide those two words, so one is market and one is segmentation. Market is just the target place where you release products and you see if they are gaining momentum of sales or not. And segmentation refers to as separation. So separation means segmentation. So what do you do is that you just separate a large clustered dearranged market into smaller subgroups or smaller groups. So why do we do that? So we do market segmentation to understand the consumer better. Why were we are targeting in the first place? According to their niche and etc. Next, we have what are the characteristics of market segmentation. Market segmentation is actually of many different types. There are many varieties, but I will be discussing only about four of them. So four of them, out of four of them, the first one is demographics. So demographics are actually demographics in the sense are measurable features, so which you can measure them through analytics or insights. Demographics usually have age, gender, income, education, and family size. So, if you want to sell a beauty product, then the age would be 18 to 35, and the gender would be these days male and female skincares are similar, so it will be both, or if it's just catered to females and it's female. As far as income would be medium salaries, and the education should be out of degree or intermediate. Education doesn't matter in skincare, so yeah. And family size, if you want to, like, if I want the cosmetic or beauty brand to be well known, then I would give it to people who are having siblings. That is demographics. So otherwise you can just say that, okay, so if people who frequently purchase luxury, then they would come under high income. And if you want people, okay, if the product is from luxury brand, people who are having a high income. And if the product is for children and kids, then you target parents with high income who are having children. That is demographics. Demographics is actually a very straightforward strategy. And next is geographics. Geographics mainly is of city, country, region, climate. So for example, in just cold areas, in just cold, for example, there is winter season upcoming. If there is winter season upcoming and you want, then there will be a boost in like winter jackets and sweaters, wools, and etc. But there is a slight difference between local needs and preference, because you can't just release a product into the market just because in the locality it's popular. Preferences also matter. uh, Preferences, as in such, a person might be susceptible to weather even without a jacket. They might be naturally warm. That is a preference. And if just, yes. And next is psychographics. Psychographics includes lifestyle, value, interest, personalities. So if, for example, I have a eco-friendly product, then I would target people who are having who care for the environment and who know about sustainability and they want to know more about it. That is that. And for example, another example is that if I have my product, a company is is a luxury brand, then I would target people who are already having a status and who are willing to buy them. Uh, then actually psychographics cater to customers very at an emotional level, because necessities or commodities sometimes are of emotional level. So the next is behavioral. So behavioral is mainly based upon what they buy, the consumers, or what they shop frequently, and how loyal they are. For example, if I started using a particular brand or shampoo, then they would see what type of product I am buying, what how frequent I am buying, as well as how loyal I am. If I am discontinuing their brand or not, or if I'm continuing it for over a longer period of time. Uh, Especially behavioral, this is used in e-commerce applications. Why is it used? Because for example, if you log into particular e-commerce sites or applications, you get a first login or first order discount. That is a type of behavioral. Otherwise, if you are a loyal customer, you'll get repeated discounts accordingly to what you purchase. And also, if you are loyal enough to the e-commerce application or that specific products companies, then you might get your discounts. Basically, if you take the e-commerce platform into consideration, they give you satisfying rewards accordingly to what you buy, what you use, and how loyal you are. That is behavioral. So now we will be discussing about what are the key benefits of market segmentation. So the key benefits of market segmentation are you can better target. So whatever market or audience you are or the businesses want to target, they can target it efficiently and the marketing would be flawless. And since um, people are targeted across a huge whole big market, then the products can be customized and can be specified for each and every customer, even if they are grouped into a, s- a one category. And the second benefit is that efficient resource use. So on marketing, basically a huge amounts of budgets are daily used. For marketing you need to have much more higher budget than people quite think of. So if you target if you use market segmentation, then the resources costs will be lesser and more profits can be utilized. And the third benefit is that stronger brand loyalty. Since the market is segregated or segmented, we can see and locate all the customers who are loyal to the company's brand. And since it happens, retention increases. Since if retention increases, then it is a nice thing because we get data and products are also utilized in a very appropriate way. And the fourth point is that market differentiation. So it actually helps businesses stand out by serving niche needs. For example, veganism or organic. If people are very much inclined towards organic, that's a small niche, is basically a small target of group of people. So organic is definitely a small niche. So it helps businesses to focus on that even if they have more product lines. uh, the fifth um, the fifth benefit is that product innovation. Since many businesses do products and they try to cater to the consumers needs, But many times, many needs aren't matched. Even if they do extensive research and segment market into different categories, it's not enough. But due to that, since needs are not met, from that, if they focus on those particular needs, a new product can be emerged. So that's that. For example, if a smartphone is highly efficient, has much quality specs, and has a high decibel rate, speakers, as well as screen, its uh, specs and everything, but it's not affordable. If it's not affordable, then people won't buy. So what companies do is that they make the same product with less specs, or they just cater to the consumer's needs, and they sell the same product which is for some amount in the lesser price, so that people can afford it. And the another is that higher ROI, return on investment. So tailored campaigns deliver better conversion rates and sales. So e-commerce platforms, yes, e-commerce platforms, much if they offer personalized recommendations. For example, when you go to Amazon, and these days we are getting the, if you add one to the cart, it just gives out a recommendation that this these shoes go nicely with that pad, these dresses go nicely with that pad. It just caters your wardrobe fashion for you, even if you just pick one product. That is higher ROI. So, in conclusion, market segmentation is far more than a marketing tool. It is a sort of strategy to understand consumers. And if you understand consumers truly and efficiently, it is a way better, faster way to get a higher revenue, less cost, and higher ROI. So, in conclusion, market segmentation is just a process where you divide a broad market into smaller, meaningful groups, and you can identify how consumers behave, what they buy, what they don't buy, what they dislike, how much are they willing to pay for it, how much they want it, if they like it or not. That is what it does. It gives an overview on what they want, what we have to do for them, how should we design for it, and it is a sort of clarification that what message we want to drive into the customers, and how we can position this particular brand into their minds, so that they repurchase the brand as well as get us much more loyal consumers. And the end result is that you get a stronger customer loyalty relationship, as well as higher ROI. And ultimately, segmentation transforms marketing if from a one size fit to an all approach to consumer eccentric journey. It's quite simple if you understand it, and it also gives out a long term assurance that, and or that it can give, if a particular product is in the market, if it's in the market, and how can it get into it, how revenue how much revenue we will be getting, how it is utilized, and how efficient the marketing is. So that was market segmentation. Thank you.